We all know how great Messi and Ronaldo are, but sometimes we forget just how insane their longevity is. Since the 2006-07 season, every year when Cristiano Ronaldo has spent the full season at one club, he has been his team's top scorer. That's almost 20 years. Most players do not even get to play for 20 years, and he has not only managed to stay at the top for that long, but also was the top scorer of his team in every single season. Well, except for one season. In his first year at Real Madrid, he scored 26 goals in La Liga, which was more than any Real Madrid player has managed to score in one campaign since 1994-95, but one of his teammates scored one more goal, Gonzalo Higuain. Higuain was undoubtedly one of the most ruthless strikers of his generation. He has been a guaranteed source of goals no matter where he played for years. He scored over 100 goals for Real Madrid. At Napoli, he broke a 66-year-old Serie A record. He is the joint 7th best goal scorer for Argentina's national team. And yet, he is not remembered as any of that. He played 785 games in his professional career, but just 3 of them have completely erased everything he has done in the other 782. This is the story of Gonzalo Higuain. Most people remember Higuain as a heavy, powerful, sometimes even fat striker, but at the start, that wasn't the case at all. As a teenager in River Plate's academy, he was barely getting any minutes because he was too skinny. He was even considering quitting football altogether because he wasn't getting any chances. One day, he was called up to the academy's director's office. He thought his time at the academy was over. He thought the director was going to tell him to pack his bags and leave the academy. But instead, the exact opposite happened. The director reassured him that they had no doubts about his talent, his technical ability. It was just the matter of his physical development. He promised him that once he develops, his time will come. And that's exactly what happened. By the age of 17, he was already making his first team debut. It didn't take him long to start banging goals for them. On the 8th of October 2006, the whole country realized what kind of a gem they had on their hands. He scored 2 goals in Super Clasico against Boca Juniors to guide River to 3-1 victory. This performance put him on the worldwide map. The biggest clubs in the world started watching him. One morning, his father woke him up with some exciting news. Real Madrid want to sign you. Young Gonzalo was half asleep and dismissed it as a joke, until later he realized it wasn't. In January 2007, the move was done. Moving from his home country to a dressing room full of superstars at the age of 19 is not exactly easy. However, his father Jorge Higuain, who had also been a professional footballer, gave him a very valuable piece of advice. Respect them, admire them, but don't fear them, and he didn't. It didn't take him long to show what he is capable of. He scored a crucial goal in a derby against Atletico before scoring a last-minute winner against Espanyol, which helped Real Madrid win the La Liga by a mere head-to-head game against Barcelona. But it wasn't until the 2008-09 season that he finally established himself as the starting striker and scored 22 goals in the league. The next season was even better as he outscored Cristiano Ronaldo by scoring 27 goals. Not even players like Raúl, Ronaldo Nazario, or Ruud van Nistelrooy were able to score that many league goals at Real Madrid in one season, but no matter how many goals he scored, there were still doubts about him. It seemed like Real never really trusted him to be their long-term answer to the number 9 position, so in 2009, they signed Karim Benzema. Higuain wasn't very happy with that, but he didn't give up. He started the 2010-11 season in a great form, but then a serious back injury at the start of December sidelined him for months and disrupted his momentum. He was able to return, but despite the fact he was scoring more goals than Benzema, over time, it was the Frenchman who took his spot. While Higuain was a more prolific striker than Benzema, there were 2 factors playing against him. Firstly, outside of goals, Benzema offered more to the team with his link-up play and chemistry with Cristiano Ronaldo. Secondly, while Higuain was unstoppable in the league, in the Champions League he was not the same player. He was missing big chances and let Real Madrid down multiple times, and for Real Madrid, the Champions League will always be the priority. So in 2013, he decided it's time for a new challenge and joined Napoli, where he finally got the opportunity to be the main man, and this is where he hit his absolute peak. In the 2015-16 season, he scored 36 goals and broke a 66-year-old record for the most goals in a single Serie A campaign. But this is where his legacy started getting shattered. In the summer of 2016, he joined Juventus for 90 million. This move wasn't taken lightly by Napoli fans at all. They were tearing his photos, bearing his shirts, and even selling toilet paper rolls with his face on them. Even the great Diego Maradona, Napoli's biggest icon and Higuain's countryman, was deeply disappointed by his betrayal. And yet, Napoli fans weren't the the only people Higuain would disappoint. During this period, Argentina reached 3 major finals in 3 years, and they lost all of them. All of those finals have one thing in common. In 2014, he found himself 1v1 against Manuel Neuer. Had he scored, he would have won Argentina their first World Cup since 1986. However, he missed. A year later, in the last minute of the Copa America final against Chile, he found himself in front of an empty net, but only hit the side netting before skying his penalty into the clouds. And 1 year later, against the same opponent, he was 1v1 against the goalkeeper again and missed again. And that was it. His hundreds of goals, his clutch moments, his league titles, his 31 goals for the national team, all of it was gone, forgotten, buried underneath his misses in those 3 finals. Despite all of that backlash, he went to Juventus and was still able to perform. He scored crucial goals in big games to help Juventus win 3 league titles. He scored 2 goals in the Champions League semifinal against Monaco to take Juventus to the final. But that perfectly encapsulates Higuain's career. He was scoring goals everywhere he went. He was clutch, he was scoring in big games. He could score in the quarterfinal, he could score in the semifinal, but he couldn't score in the final.